Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Kimo's Look here on December 7th, 2016, and it's actually not going to be a regular vlog, guys, because today is December 7th, and what happened today, 75 years ago? Well, for those of you who know it, and for those of you who read about it in your history books, my younger viewers, you will know today is the 75th anniversary of probably one of the scariest attacks on this country. Probably the first of many in its history. And I'm talking about the surprise attack by the Japanese on Pearl Harbor. Before I get into this video, I have nothing against the Japanese. I'm not racist or anything. It was a different mindset. It was a different time. I'm not going to get into the conflict of it. But all I'm going to say is, guys, and everybody out there who remembers it, and for those of you who know about it, or lived it, on that fateful day in Hawaii, back on that fateful December day. For my younger viewers who don't know it, that was when the Japanese came unannounced into our shores and destroyed our naval fleet. Probably one of the strongest in the world over to the British. And it really hit home that the world was upside down. The world was a different place back then. If you guys know from reading things, and for those of you who remember it or lived back in that time, you'll know that we were in the Depression back then. We were just trying to get out of one. And that happened and sunk the nation, and it was a huge blow. It's the day that will live in infamy, as the great Franklin Delano Roosevelt said in his speech a few days later. And a lot of people will say, oh, it was provoked, it was not provoked. From my understanding, there were a bunch of reasons why it happened, and there's no cutting around it, but it was a very, very deliberate and very very unnecessary attack, but the Japanese obviously didn't think that at the time. For those of you who know it, know a little background, we were trading with them at one time, and I think we denied them rubber or something. But to the Japanese, their culture, that was a big one-fingered salute, if you guys know what I'm talking about, to them. And they planned probably one of the worst surprise attacks. We lost over 2,403 people in that attack. We've lost many battleships. We had to rebuild our fleet and go after them. We're lucky we didn't have the whole fleet with us, and that would have really crippled us. We had to build battleships, and that's what really got us roaring into the to the war and everything. But for those who Paris, for those who know how that day went, it was just a regular, normal day. We didn't even know it, and then first bomber swooped in, and the rest will live in infamy. Guys, as usual, since I'm an American, I always feel it's necessary to pay tribute to these events, because they sort of hit home because of all the things that have been happening in my time frame. The 9/11 attacks, but this one this one was a pinprick compared to the beating we give him in the upcoming years. You know, it'd take us 4 years to do it, but this day, the words of many historians woke the sleeping giant. That sleeping giant was us, the U.S. And then we went on a crusade to take down the Axis. I will actually say this. The reason why I'm saying this is because I do have a family member who served in World War II and who served and fought against the Japanese. Served as a Seabee. My great uncle Bill served as a Seabee on Anahuac in the Pacific, and he fought against the Japanese. While building Bailey bridges and barracks and all that other stuff that he was good at back when he was a younger gentleman. Guys, I'm going to give those people about a minute of silence, because this is a day that will be remembered. Start now, guys. From what from my grandfather remembers, he was 39. He was born 2930. Yeah, he was 11 at the time. He can remember. I think I remember him telling me about it. He told me that it was probably one of the scariest things in my life. And back then, you know, America was invincible. You know, we'd just gone through a depression, obviously, and we were poverty-stricken and everything. But that kind of woke up the beast, as I said. And he told me that there was a huge surge of conserving this, conserving that, because we wanted to fight an enemy that really shot us like point blank. People say that there's words out there that can't describe what happened, and the death toll close to 2,500 people. You know, it's on par with the World Trade Center. It's kind of the 9/11 of. It's kind of like the 9/11 of the 40s, and it was a sad moment. But you know what? 4 years later, we get them back, and we knew we would. We always will, because the strong choose strong. Okay, everybody, I'm going to end here, and that's enough for me, because this is truly a sad topic. Alright, everybody. You guys know how it is. Long live America. God bless America. Long live democracy and the Second Amendment. And long live my grandfather's spirit, my grandmother's spirit, and to those who lost their lives on that day. It's just a day that will live in infamy. Alright, everybody. Mike Mo here on December 7th, 2016. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mike Mo's Luck here. The 75th anniversary, the day that will live in infamy of Pearl Harbor. Good night, everybody. Mike Mo's Luck here.